So I'll come on to you, Mithilesh, about the usage of LLMs. In one of the slides from Bharat also, I think it was written that Google has also suggested that employees not to use Bard or any of those LLMs. So this is again a race between security and the business, where the product teams they want to use any new technology because it is actually giving a value. But at the other end, the security, when we folks are not really catching up to the speed of their adoption. How do you see the adoption of LLMs, and how does a security professional should see the adoption of LLMs? What are the controls you would feel that are needed for us to be a good enablers for the business?
Yeah, so since we are talking about the race, let's take an use case, right? So two cars, one has brake and one doesn't have the brake. So is brake giving you the speed, or is it helping you to stop? What brake does in a car, right? So brake gives you the power to race, right? If there is a car without brake and car with brake, which one will win the race? With the brake, right? Because they give you the control. That's where this, technology or security or the SASE, for example, right? LLM is the car, but who is giving you the brake so that you can, control the speed and race faster? That's where the security platform comes into, which helps you where to apply the brake into the LLM. For example, if engineers are using it and asking them to debug their code, corporate policy is saying, hey, apply the brake. But it is not saying, hey, I won't allow you to stop using it. So the SASE vendor, the security vendor that is in between, is helping as a brake to allow the corporation to decide how much speed they want to enable their users securely. Hopefully that helps.
No, definitely, but that's a great analogy that you have given. That security folks, I mean, we should not be treated as a blockers, but enablers in the form of just like a brake is to a car.
Yeah.
So, Vikal, what are your thoughts about the usage of LLM?
Yeah, so it is very productive. I mean, so I come from Manpower Group, which is in staffing and recruitment solution. And of course, we created a framework and created a lot of guidance for our users to use it. But from a business use case perspective, our recruiters are using it to write the JDs, right? Because generally we get a requirement with just a title, and then recruiters use it to develop JDs. Of course, we have given a guidance not to kind of put any proprietary information in it, but we are using it for our productivity. Now, coming back to IT, we are using it for enhancing our productivity and improving security. So one of the use cases we use is developing or generating synthetic data for testing, right? So we use a lot of, we have PIF. Being a recruitment or staffing solution company, we use is PI, or we have managed PI. So we always had to kind of bring some production grade data into non-production environment, and then of course we have control to kind of make sure that we don't bring PII into a non-production environment. But we are all experimenting that we don't have to do all that. We generate the synthetic data from all the LLMs, and we don't have to kind of risk bringing anything from production to non-production environment. So that way, indirectly, it is helping us in security. So that way we can find several use cases where it enhances the productivity and also helps in security.
All right. So now that we have talked about quantum computing